Hey, welcome to Hive, where you can stay up to date with the latest updates about marketing, sales, and business. You can also get more details from our website at www.livehive.com. This past year, compelled by the global pandemic, digital transformation became a reality for businesses of all sizes. The future trends you were using to guide your digital marketing strategy may now be out of date, while entirely new issues have emerged to capture our attention. 2020 was unpredictable. That meant that while some of the trends predicted before the pandemic did emerge, others did not, with various forced adaptations reshaping elements of the marketing landscape. Most notably, e-commerce sales skyrocketed, people spent significantly more time on social media, and video conferencing became the norm. This has resulted in a significant shift in the way brands interact with their customers. Here are some key trends to keep in mind. Value-added content will be more important. Today, web users are exposed to a large amount of content on the internet. With the sheer volume of blogs and content uploaded every day, you can expect people to become picky about what they want to consume. At best, they choose an article that contains information that they haven't seen anywhere else on the internet. Remember that you are not the only one in the market selling your products. You must ensure that you stand out from your competitors. If you give away ebooks or guides with generic information, they are less likely to give you their contact information to gain access to your offers. The best way to gain your customers' trust is to provide value-added content. Begin by considering how your product will impact their lives in the long run. If you focus too much on directly promoting the product, chances are your audience will skip it and look elsewhere for the information they require. For example, if you're selling a fruit juicer, you can discuss the health benefits of drinking fruit juice instead of simply explaining what it is and how it's used. You can also discuss how using the fruit juice will save them time, effort, and money. Use concrete examples and, if possible, customer testimonials. Reading other people's experiences with a product or service will influence how customers perceive your product, assisting you in converting them into customers. Increased influencer content and live streaming. Worldwide stay-at-home orders resulted in event cancellations. Customers were unable to attend in-person events, including work and school obligations. They were even discouraged from socializing with their friends and family. This increased the number of people watching live streams, whether a branded live stream, a live video from their favorite celebrity, or an online workshop. Like viewings on Facebook increased by 50% during lockdown periods, while viewings on Instagram increased by 70%. TikTok usage increased in 2021, and there is a good chance this trend will continue in 2022. Human-driven contact, such as influencer live streams, can build trust and tap into the in-the-moment connection that 2021 consumers seek. A focus on sustainability. 81% of consumers strongly believe that businesses should contribute to environmental improvement. That number shouldn't come as a surprise. We've seen a shift in brands moving towards a more sustainable future over the last few years. Whether through the materials they use, the packaging, their systems, or other methods, the mission to create a greener planet continues, and consumers are actively seeking out the purpose-driven and environmentally conscious brands. As the world remains fragile, it will be critical for brands to reaffirm their sustainability in 2022. The Ocean Cleanup nonprofit organization is an excellent example of a brand that has achieved this level of success. In late October, they unveiled their first product, made entirely of plastic collected from the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. They used tint to share the announcement, which detailed how the company will continue to recycle ocean products to create beautiful and sustainable products. In a complete 180-degree turn of events, the revenue generated by the products will be reinvested in the brand's cleanup campaign. Consumers will prefer hyper-personalized content. Personalization has been a digital marketing trend for a long time, and it will continue to be so in 2022. However, as customers become savvier, simply using their first names may not be enough to improve their experience. If you want to increase traffic, conversions, and thus sales, you must first understand what your customers want. This is where the concept of hyper-personalization enters the picture. The use of artificial intelligence, AI, to collect data from your website visitors, their activities on your website, products they frequently view, and so on, is known as hyper-personalization. The more data you have, the more personalized content you can deliver to your audience. This data can be collected using third-party software such as Google Analytics, HubSpot's Marketing Hub, etc. You can use the data to create personalized emails, pop-ups, and other content based on your audience's preferences. For example, if one of your website's visitors abandons their shopping cart, you can send them a follow-up email a few hours later to remind them to complete the purchase process. Inclusivity will be key. With movements such as the Black Lives Matter movement, highlighting endemic issues that linger within various elements of society, inclusivity became a more significant focus in 2020. According to an Accenture study, the cultural shift towards inclusivity also influences purchase behavior, with 41% of shoppers shifting away from retailers that don't reflect their views on identity and diversity, and 29% willing to switch brands entirely if they don't show enough diversity. Brands that are perceived as non-inclusive or do not appear to be engaged in the inclusivity conversation will most likely face the consequences in 2022. On the other hand, brands that openly demonstrate their involvement in inclusive causes will reap the benefits and foster deeper connections with their customers. Increase in voice and visual search. A growing number of customers are conducting searches using voice-activated tools, such as Alexa. Perhaps this is because people have been stuck at home with limited opportunities for conversation. Or maybe it is simply because this type of technology is more widely available. Roughly 1 in every 4 American homes has some intelligent speaker. However, we can expect other creative search methods, such as visual searches, to rise to the top in 2022. In addition to voice searches, consumers can now use tools like Google Lens to search for anything they see. This means that marketers will need to pay even more attention to image alt text and image sitemaps. Visuals will become increasingly important in the search engine optimization (SEO) game over the next year. The topical authority will start to matter more. When it comes to ranking websites on search engines' results pages, search engine algorithms will place a greater emphasis on expertise and authority (SERPs). Topical reference refers to the site's breadth of knowledge on a specific subject. It is usually accomplished by writing longer and higher quality content. The reason for this is that with long-form content, you will be able to discuss a topic in greater depth. In other words, you'll be providing more information to your customers, which will eventually lead to their trust in you. If other websites find your content useful, they may use it as a reference, which will result in backlinks, another essential SEO ranking factor. Content atomization will be a thing. With people's movements still restricted due to COVID-19, getting content out there will be a little different in 2022. Marketers will have to utilize what they have in order to expand their reach. Content atomization comes into play. Content atomization is the process of dividing long-form content into 5 or more pieces. Each of the articles will be discussed in greater depth and possibly presented from a new perspective. For example, if you created an ebook guide on your fruit juicer, you can pick some of the subheadings and build content around them individually. You can make it available as a blog or newsletter. You can also convert your ebook into a shorter, more digestible piece of content, such as an infographic. As time goes on, businesses will need to produce content regularly. Content atomization enables them to make the most of what they already have and transform it into more engaging and enjoyable content for the audience. It also benefits the business, as they will not need to spend additional money on content creation since they will only be repurposing old content. You've probably heard the adage, content is king, 100 times before, but it'll still be confirmed in 2022. As people seek new ways to access and consume information, marketers will need to adapt to these content marketing trends to deliver the content their audience requires at the right time. Since then, digital marketing for small businesses has come a long way. If the pandemic has taught us anything, companies must be prepared to adapt to changes to survive. Marketers can reach their target audience through content. If done correctly, your strategies may be able to persuade consumers to become paying customers. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe so you can join the live Hive squad and be a part of our channel. Thank you for watching.